Okay, today we're going to have a look at a nice Kellenberger. This is a model 1000U. This is a universal IDOD grinder. It has a head that will swivel around pretty much 360 degrees, or at least 180 degrees. Obviously, this thing has riser blocks. I believe this is about a 10-inch center height there, so you've got close to a 20-inch swing. You've got two grinding wheels, a face grinding attachment, and also a regular grinding wheel. Now this one is 16 inches, and this one here would be 12 inches. We've got a variable speed drive, Siemens and SEMO drive combination for the workhead. This is a live dead center workhead with a Morse taper number 5 taper in it, and you've got a sine bar mounted here in the front. The headstock is a Morse taper number 4, I believe. Tailstock, excuse me, Morse taper number 4, and you can check that on our quotation. So this is fully automatic. It has a plunge cycle, it has a traverse cycle, it has a pick on the left, pick on the right, pick on both sides. Has dual spark out where you can adjust your spark out for the right side or the left side. You've got fine and coarse feed. And you've got a ratio here. When you pull that out, you've got a coarse ratio to move your wheel slide in and out quickly. And you have the same arrangement with your table. You can have a coarse like this, or very fine like this. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start this up. It's 400 volts. We have it hooked up to a transformer, 375, 390 volts. It's working fine. So we go ahead and we start the hydraulic pump. We start the spindle. Starts up slowly. Now this machine has in the back of it the coolant system, which you'll see in the photos later. It has a paper band as well as a magnetic separator. And plugs directly into the electrical cabinet. So this controls most of the functions of the machine. When I move this lever over, I get my workhead to come on and my wheel slide to come forward. If I just wanted my workhead to come on, I could turn it on from over here. And then you have variable speed to adjust it. Now this little lever here is what locks and engages the spindle, the live spindle from a dead spindle. Right now we're rotating the whole spindle as if you had a collet in there, or a chuck, or some kind of an accessory. That can be opened and the spindle itself locked in place, and you have a drive dog on the outside, and you use the center to grind between centers. So an example of a plunge grind would be like this. We come in, and it takes a second or so for the feed to start. It's going to feed down at the coarse feed rate until it comes to a mark on the dial that you can set with this center ring. There it goes, it just slowed down and works its way down to 0. Now this is your dead stop up here. This is the fine feed speed control. Okay, now I didn't have the stop on, so it went right past 0. We could do that again. So we feed down, go to our fine feed, come up on 0. There's a spark out time going on now inside, and then the machine kicks out. Now that time can be adjusted as well. When you want to bring the table in, this controls the speed of the table here. The dogs hit the lever reverse. We can slow this down to a real nice creep. For those of you grinding long pieces, want a nice finish. Again, you have a dwell on each side of the part, the left side, the right side. Over here, you can lock your hand wheel in place in case you didn't want this to be moved at all during a setup. Over here, you can advance the feed rapidly, or stop the feed altogether. It's a nice little feature. On the dial itself is a fine feed adjustment. We'll show you that on the photos. We'll speed this up a little bit. All right, we'll send that back. So I'm going to shut the grinding wheel off for now. So the workhead, like I said, it's live and dead. You have your sign bar. I don't have this tight right now. You have a pin here that has a taper on it that you push down in here to find your actual zero position. But when you want to set this thing on an angle, it's very simple to move since we've serviced it, and you'll just have to find where this drops down, and you would tighten this up and tighten these up. You have a scale on the bottom here. Also on the wheel head you have a scale. So I'm going to spin this around. You have to be careful about your guarding and where your tailstock is so you don't hit nothing. All right, well, obviously like this, you can use this other wheel to do face grinding. They call that the face grinding attachment. And so you could work with the table and dial indicator to do all that. And then you can come in here with your ID grinding wheel. This is an air-driven spindle. I don't exactly have it hooked up at the moment. It's mounted under here. It runs off the same pulley that runs the grinding wheel. You put a flat belt on there. If you leave the belt on all the time and only do external grinding, you're going to just kill the life of the spindle, and you're going to hear, you know, the loud spindle noise, because these high-speed spindles are normally pretty loud. But that's what you got there. You'll put this back out of the way. Somewhere around here there's a chuck for this, or a magnetic faceplate. This has a Morse taper number 5 on it. It goes up in here like that. You have a drawbar, looks like this, goes in from the back. It locks in there like that. So now you got faceplate. So you can set your wheel to do all kinds of neat stuff. You get a fixture like that, which comes with the machine. Also, there's a 3-jaw chuck that the previous owners just had on here, held only by the magnetics. I guess it worked for them good. All right, so that's the Kellenberger. Really great machine, ready to grind, all cleaned up, all spinning nice, all nice and free, ready to make centers, ready to make parts, ready to go. Thank you.